Hello. I know it's been a while since we've last seen each other, but I'm going to attempt to put out a video. I'm actually putting this together right now. I'm waiting on a gentleman. We're going to go look at some timber. But I figured while I was waiting, I'm up here in North Missouri, I'd go ahead and put the finishing touches on this video, or kind of the intro to it, because I've got some logging clips. So this week, starting Tuesday, we were back in the woods. We've kind of wrapped up, for the most part, our project for the railroad, and we didn't do a lot of filming there for several reasons, and I'll go ahead and touch on some of that just right now. The main reason is we were just a contractor on that job. The job was heavily monitored. Everything was pretty restricted on it, and everything was down to the book on it. Like, you couldn't be on the job site unless you were in your safety gear, your hard hat. If you were a cutter, you better be in your chaps at all times. I mean, it was a pretty much by-the-book job, under constant watch from BNSF Railway, the FRA, OSHA, other federal entities involved in it. Everybody's pretty much involved. One of the contractors there, they actually had an accident on the job. So that really put the pressure on. We worked through mud, we worked through rain. There was no stop on it. It was just an interesting job. I wish I could have got more video, and I'll try to put a few clips in today of what I did take. I didn't take a lot of video clips, but I tried to get some of the Timber Pro TL755 working, because that machine is that is a modern marvel. That is truly something, just, to me, out of this world amazing. What it will do, what it's capable of, what it will climb, what it will cut. It's wow, is all I've got to say. It was amazing to watch it work. And I know a lot of guys have watched video on YouTube or social media of those machines actually in action, but until you're right there next to it working side by side with it, they just don't do it justice. Because I've watched videos on them for years, but actually being there, getting to work next to it, truly remarkable machine. Really, just, I hope someday that we have one of those in our equipment lineup, and I definitely wouldn't rule that out. So, but that'll be down the road a little bit, like next week or something, 2 weeks, next month, a couple years, whatever. Anyway, interesting job again. I'm so glad we were asked to be a part of it, to get to work there. But it's back to the real world now, which I'm glad. I'd really missed being in the woods. It was like almost a month since I'd got to cut any walnut timber, which for me, that's way too long. So we were back in it this week. We cut a job I'd had on the books for a while, got it cleaned up. That's what we're trying to play catch up right now on stuff. Of course, every day I'm not in the woods. We've got rain off and on today, which is not helping anything we're doing. So every day I'm not in the woods, I'm on the road looking and buying timber, and that's where I'm at today, up here in North Missouri. Next week, we're going to try to move on a job in the Lincoln, Missouri area, just south of Sedalia. We're going to try to get it started. I've still got some jobs up here I've got to get taken care of, but it seems like every time we want to do something, we're getting more rain. We just can't catch a break with this weather this year, which has just plagued us, this wet weather. I mean, it was dry all summer long, and I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. We'd have a lot of dry weather, then all of a sudden when it broke, it was just going to break and turn wet. And it's not like just we're in a flood warning or anything, but it just, the ground up here is so much different than what we have in southwest Missouri. We really rely on those frozen temperatures, which we did not get much of that this winter. It's just wet. It's wet, and it makes it tough to run. Everything I tear up, I've got to go back and I've got to fix my ruts, get everything tracked back in right. And the less I tear up, the less I have to fix. So it's cheaper for me if I don't make ruts. And I like to think my landowners are a lot happier when I'm not out there tearing up their place with more skidders. So I don't know how long today's video is going to be. I guess you'll just have to wait and see, and we'll know once it's edited and up. But like I said, I've got some clips from this week, and I'm going to throw in a few clips from the bridge project. Again, I apologize, because I really thought we'd have some cool drone footage there. I finally got my drone figured out, and so hopefully we'll be seeing more drone stuff here in the near future. But again, it was a really unique project, getting to work right on the Missouri River for the railroad on a clearing job like that. Getting to work, it was a good friend of mine's, Timber Pro feller buncher. Getting to work side by side with him was really cool. It was we had a lot of fun. It was it was a fun job. They were long days, and for the most part, they were monotonous, boring days because I was stuck in a log skidder. I got to do very little cutting, and you guys know I don't like being in log skidders anymore, and I have to. But they were. I probably gained 15 pounds from just sitting around and eating because we didn't miss any meals. But it is good to be back in the woods, and hopefully we'll be seeing you guys a lot more here lately. We'll get back in the swing of things. Enjoy this video. We'll see you in the next one. We got a couple days of nice weather here. So I'm back down here in southern Missouri, kind of where I live, southwest Missouri we'll call it. Down here to try to get a job or two knocked out, which this week with the impending weather and how wet it is, we'll be lucky to get this little job of Walnut knocked out. I've had this one on the books for a couple months. I've got other jobs I've had way before I had this one, but honestly, I think of all the jobs I got going on, how wet it is, this is about the only track we can run on right now because it's wet, guys. We've had a lot of rain down here. Well, this time of year, old ground holds moisture pretty good. It ain't drying out too fast. It definitely makes it tough on the logging into things if you don't want to tear things up. We try to leave a small footprint as possible. Any ruts we make, we got to go back in and fix them. So we're headed down here to Eudora, Missouri. A lot of limestone down there. Ground's so thin you can't even hardly walk on it, really. We're going to go down there. I think I got 25 walnut trees bought. We're going to try to get them knocked out today. I know a few of them we got to pull, so it's going to slow us down. But hopefully, if not by the end of the day, tomorrow we'll have them all cut on the ground. Get that done, start trying to get them hauled in. Next round of storms is coming in Thursday, so small window. I don't like to road these skidders, but where we've got to go, there was no place to get in with the Western Star and the trailer. So just up the road here, the crossroads, there's a little station feed store type thing, and I can actually remember when it was open. We just pulled in there, kind of a bigger parking lot, kicked down, unloaded. We're just going to ease down here. It's maybe a quarter of a mile, not very far to where we got to go. This guy here, I want him to fall right back here. I don't think he'll go back towards the road behind me, the highway, but just to be safe, I'm going to use the old power wedge here. Come on. I thought I'd cut enough, but maybe I didn't, obviously. Let's hit her in here. Got a lot of wood in there holding, so we're going to ease back here. We'll get another run. Take two. A little more trimming on it here, of course. We don't have a whole lot of room. I think we got this 548. Still one of the 648s. Come on, girl. There she goes. You always want to back up in a hurry. That's nice. That is nice. Get out here, look at this prize. Cut pretty good. Take a lot of work to get it out of there. I think we can do her. That's a big piece of wood. Now these are trees I have drove by so many times in my life, right there on the highway, 123. Just north of Walnut Grove, right just on the outskirts of the big ripping city of Eudora. I'm gonna have Dad come in here and we're gonna measure this thing up because we've got to get it out of the creek here as well, but that was the only good place to put it. So we'll kind of work it up in pieces here because I don't think the 500,048,000 will pull it out in one piece. So we'll work it up in some logs, get it up there, get her on the deck. 12:29 to start the day. Really, for the size it is and where it's at, fairly thin sapped. Just a big, rough tabletop type lumber log in that first cut. It's still got a lot of material. This is the hog of a tree. This will probably be at least 22, 24 inches at 12 foot when we cut it off. Old lightning scar, I think will be all right. Good piece of wood in this limb. Good piece of wood in that limb. Plenty of wood in the top. A footage just in this one tree. 1,000+ feet. Lucky there. It's in there, but not real deep. You really got to watch for these rascals, because they will ruin a tire, even though these 28s are brand new. I know how my luck goes with things. Punch right through with one of them. We got lucky there. This is the 548 G3. Cut it on the job now as well. We've got the 648H here. And we still might bring the other 648H in. Have both H's and the G3 working. Time-sensitive project, so time is of the essence. We need all the iron we can get, working as quick as we can. Quite a project. Just over this hill right here. This berm, should I say. Let's charge up this hill. Missouri River. Pretty cool. When the timber pros spinning out, it's steep ground and muddy. We have moved a tremendous amount of brush in a short time because of that machine right there. The John Deere 333G skid steer, a John Deere 548 G3 skidder, a John Deere 648H skidder, and a couple guys on the ground. You can see the bridge over there in the background, way over there, by way of the rail. It's probably 1.5 miles to the river. It's been one incredible job. Now, I haven't done a lot of videos on this project because, well, it's been time sensitive for one. I don't know if they wanted us videoing much here, because we are right here on the Transcon.